Hey guys, Nemo here, and here's another video of how a day in my life goes and the joy of making videos like these for you. As you can see, I have here Adobe After Effects, and here is one of my Christmas special videos. This one featuring Tom and Jerry from an episode called Heavenly Puss from the year 1949, I believe. So let's start here. We have Tom in the episode Heavenly Puss. As you can see, if I stretch it, it looks really terrible. It doesn't have that quality. Looks pixelated, blurry, almost blurry like. So what I did, I got into Photoshop and make it a little sharper, a little better. I even drew out the lines around Tom, and to my eyes just looks better. Okay, so another thing that I did was to actually get the video from the to mask out the fire from the actual video. Let me just show you here what I did. So here is the mask. If I invert it, the fire disappears. If I put none, you can see the actual video. This was the original. I also added lumetri and warp stabilizer so that the footage isn't so much wobbling and shaky. Look at this. So if I add the warp stabilizer, then everything goes okay. Then I multiplied it like a dozen times so that it goes on loop. Okay, so here you can see the fire, how I added it to the photo, because right now is a still photo. Okay, here I have that hole, but the hole, imagine that it was large, as big as the screen, and this hole was from the same video, but it was another shot. And you can see here the actual shot and how I angled it to make it blend and make it like the wall. So what I did was I masked it out. Let me fit it here so that you can see. That was a still shot, and right now you can see how I added just the part when Jerry comes out, when he gets his head out. So I made one part when he gets the head out and another when he takes the head back inside. For that I used the same video, but I reversed it. Okay, here I'm adding the Christmas tree. I found a nice Christmas tree online with free footage. Okay, some Santa stalking. I added that cheese that lots of you made fun of, that poor Jerry can reach it. Here I'm putting the bow over the cheese, like it would be a Christmas present for Jerry. Okay, what else? I added some fire sparks that are getting out from the fire, and this is a separate layer also. Keep in mind, guys, I always work with masks and layers, and it's always creating the illusion that you have something there when it really isn't. Like a bit of magic, so to say. Here I added a bit of tint on the right side part of the screen to emphasize the cold and the hot and the warmth. You can see every part of the left side is warm, it has red, purple, purple, orange, and here you can see green, blue, dark blue. So I'm adding here also some lights, some sparkling lights to put over the tree. Now the next part, because the tree is so behind, what I did was I wanted to emphasize the globes. So I made another part on another layer of the tree, and one by one I masked out every globe that you can see here. Look here, and if I wait a second, yeah, like this, if you can see this, that was the actual tree. And now I'm adding the scratch dust and also the Christmas gifts. As you can see, they are really colorful. I also masked out the ear and some hair from the top of Tom. I added some shadows on the gifts. Let me see here, shadow. And on the shadow on the right, you can see that it's a bit darker than the shadow that Tom has. Also, this I made a bit lighter because when the shadow is closer to the light, it is a bit a lighter shadow than this one that is much darker. I guess you have to see it in your mind's eye. So here I'm also adding the effects, the old film scratches, dust texture, also the Z's that I forgot to say about, that I'm always putting in my videos. Here is my logo, Nemo's Dreamscapes. So this is it for this video, guys. By the way, like I said in my other video where I showed you how I'm making my stuff, I wanted to say I also released a new album, a Christmas album with relaxing piano music versions of some of the most beloved carols ever. The album is now on all media platforms online. I will leave a link in the description and in the pinned comment below. I am primarily a musician. If you did not know that, I am playing piano, guitar, and I'm also a composer and music producer. If you want to see how I make the audio for this video, I will make another part with just that. I also want to mention the fact that the songs used in my videos are songs that have their copyright expired, since most of them are over 80 years, 100 years old. I do a lot of research in that, and I gotta tell you that that is the hardest part. Everything I use is in fair use. After that, I am adding the ambience where I stay and mix, and for example the fire sounds, adding more crackling sounds, adding some blizzard sounds and making them sound like they are coming from outside, making the songs muffled enough like they are coming from another room, where I use effects, special effects to do just that, but more on that in another video if you really want that. What I forgot to tell you in the previous video is that I wanted to ask you, please don't confuse my work as copyright free with the music that I use. Sure, you can take that music separately, you do whatever you want with it, but guys, I'm staying hours and hours to research them, to mix them, to edit, to render. It takes a very long time. Please don't take my mixes and use them without my permission, since I am seeing a lot of people that stole my content and just re-uploaded them on different platforms or here on YouTube, or taking my mixes and changing them a bit using the same titles, tags, descriptions. Please don't do that, since I have worked so hard day and night to give this to you. Thank you for understanding, and until next time, to all the people that are supporting me and this channel, I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, and I want to thank you all so much for your support for over a year and a half now. Thank you so much, so much to all my loving patrons, without whom this channel wouldn't be around anymore, and to all the people that donated and encouraged me to keep going with this and keep this wonderful music and channel alive. Much love to all, yours truly, Nemo.